46, question 3. We have an L-shaped for this question, so just an extra step we have to remember. So let's read it. We'll calculate the volume of concrete to order for the slab and edge beam, allow 8% waste. Okay, so because it is an L shape, it's an irregular figure, so we're going to use the rule for the slab as volume is area times the depth. So our slab here, when I look at my slab, it's 130. That's my depth. Okay, so we need to do area 1 plus area 2. Okay, so you're going to have a look at, you can cut it like that down there, or you can cut it like that over here. So this was, so I did it in my one like this. Area 1 is, okay, I'm adding these two figures together and I'm getting 16.5 times 5.5, and that will give me a total of 91.575. Area 2, I'm going to be looking here, we've got the figures, so it's going to be 6.3 times 4.8, and that's going to give me an answer of 30.24. Now we need to add those two answers together, and when we add them together, we're going to times it. We're going to times that answer by 130. And that answer then for our volume for this one is going to be 15.836 meters cubed. Okay, so we times it by the depth of the footing. So that's volume 1, and we need that answer there. Now we're going to do volume 2. It's the edge beam. We have to look at the figures for our edge beam. So we need to find our depth first. So our depth is going to be 680 minus the 130. So it's 0, 8 take away 3 is 5, 6, 1 is 5. Okay, so it's going to be 550 deep. So the rule is, when we're doing this, we're doing half the depth, we're going to halve that, divide it by 2 and add it to the width. So if I halve it, I'm going to be 0.275. So I'm going to add 600 and 275 together, and it's going to give me 875. So, sorry. So we're adding that 275 there. So we're going to have to now do our intos and overs. And this is where it's critical for your labelling. A, B, C, D, E, and F. Now if I write A, B, C, D, E, and F. Now when we're doing looking at our diagram here, C and D, both of these two sides, are internal corners. So that means we don't take anything off these sides. So if I look at C, 10.2, originally it went from there to there. All I've done is slide it along. And the D side has not changed 4.8 at all. So what I like to do for these two sides is I'm going to put in -0 straight away so I don't forget. I'm not taking anything off those two sides. So when I look at A, I'm adding these two figures together and it's 16.5, and I am minusing my new figure of 0.875. My B is 5.5. minus 0.875 equals. C is going to be my 10.2 minus 0. D is 4.8 minus 0. E is 6.3 minus 0.875. And then we have F. We have to add these two figures together. So when we add it together, we're going to get 10.35, and we're minusing 0.875. Now I'm going to let you guys do the calculations on this and work out the new length for this edge beam. Okay, so when I'm doing this, I'm looking at 15.625. 5.5 minus 0.875 is going to give me 4.675. 10.2 minus 0 is 10.2. 4.8 minus 0, 4.8. Nice and easy. Then 6.3 minus 0.875 is going to give me 5.425. And then 10.3 minus 0.875 is going to give me 9.475. Now we add all these up on with our calculator, and we're going to get a total length of, my length is going to be 50.2 meters. That's my length. So we're going to work out our volume. So our volume is going to be, volume is length times width times depth. So my length is 50.2 times the width of the footing. Remember, we need our wide width, our 0.875, times the depth of our footing is 550, so 0.55, and we get a figure here of 24.159 meters cubed. Now I want that answer. Okay, so we now have to add this answer and this answer together. I'm going to go over to the next page to complete it. Okay, so we're adding the two answers together. The total volume is 15.836 plus 24.159, and that's going to give me an answer of, if I add those two together, 39.995. Now we're going to allow the waste, and if we go back to the question, it's 8% times by 1.08, and that will give me a volume of 43.195. Now we need an order, a concrete order. So I'm going to the first decimal place, and it has to be an even number. So my order is going to be 43.2 meters cubed. Thank you.